This ain't for the weak. You're gonna be completely away from your family for an entire month. So, if you're attending Stony Brook EOP 2025, just know you're signing away your mental and physical health.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
But it is worth it. In this video, I'm going to talk about the moving, the schedule, classes, and everything in between. So, alright, let's get to it. This might be different for you guys. I'm not too sure. But either way, I recommend coming in early. It's going to make your life much easier. Personally, we were given the lucky chance to dorm in Lauderburg, and that place has AC and it just looks much better, so hopefully you guys get to live there as well. But the gist of the move-in day is that there are designated parts where you're allowed to park, and this is kind of far from where your dorm is, so expect to walk a lot.
My day is ruined.
They first want you to get your key, so make sure that you have your Stony Brook ID and net ID memorized, because you'll have to put that into a Google form before they give you the key. Expect the elevators to be eaten by lions, because that shit broke down like twice when I was there. It broke down move-in and move-out day. Make sure one of your family members brings their ID, because that's how they distribute the carts, and also you're only allowed like 30 minutes with it. As for the weekend, just make sure you enjoy it. They set up like a lot of obstacle games, a lot of social team games, so you guys can get acclimated to each other. But low-key, it's kind of a trap, because you think that that's how the entire program is going to be, when it's everything but that.
What do you mean by that?
As for the weather / temperature you can expect, it's mostly going to be nice and sunny, so bring sweatpants and shorts. But towards the end, it does get really chilly, so make sure you definitely bring a sweater. It rains during the summer sometimes, so make sure you bring an umbrella. They had to like buy us emergency umbrellas because so many people didn't bring it. The rooms do have AC, so if your arch nemesis is the cold like me, make sure you bring a heavy blanket. Alright y'all, this is the schedule that you should expect when you guys go for your summer. It might not be identical, some classes might be changed. I'll talk about what each of these classes are basically. Let's just go down real quick. This is the time that you guys are gonna head back to your dorms basically every single day. I think only on the weekends, Saturday and Sunday, will you guys go back in earlier than this, which is just horrible. I don't know who actually thought of that. It's horrible. When you get in by 10:30, you're basically not gonna go to sleep till like 11, or nah, assuming you even have to shower, probably 11:30 or even 12, and then they're expected to get up by this time. It's tough. But yeah, as for the classes, this let me zoom in. This Legacy of EOP class is just the history of EOP. It's just a history class basically. You really don't do anything. They assign you 2 assignments throughout the entire month, and it's just like a group assignment, like go interact with other people. This group meeting thing is, I'm not too sure. I think they just like update you guys on what's gonna go throughout the week. I think this is only really important in the first week, but I kind of forgot about that. Yeah, you get like an hour for lunch, which is pretty nice. And remember, when it's not the first week, this is just basically time off, so you don't have to use the entire hour when it's not the first week. But in the first week, they're gonna force you to stay in that cafeteria for this long, so yeah, just use the time to eat and interact with people. The math class ranges from algebra all the way to like calc 1.5. That could mean, you know, algebra 1, pre-calc / algebra, which is like a mix, pre-calc, which is higher than that, and we have calculus, which is calc A or calc B. It depends on what you did in high school. I definitely recommend taking calculus in high school. You don't wanna be taking it in college. It's much worse. And then yeah, you have dinner. You get to eat one more time. They take you back to the cafeteria. It's also another hour. And then they force you to go to a building and stay in that building for, I think, how many hours is this? 3 hours consecutively. This is so annoying. This right here. You have it every single day throughout the week. Literally. Except Sunday. This is what a lot of your annoyances are going to come from. During the first hour of this, you're gonna be sat in like a specific room. I think ours was based on our science recitation was, so you're just sitting there for an hour, and then The rest of these 2 hours are gonna be designated to different tutoring. So like maybe like this first hour will be for writing tutoring. You go to your writing tutoring class, maybe like another 30 minutes for your science and another 30 minutes for your. So when it comes to science, there's 3 options. There's chemistry, physics, and they basically have this like research class. Let's say if you're taking like business, then you do research. If you're taking computer science, you do physics, and if you're taking health science or something in the medical field, then you'll do chemistry. We have this EOP pre-freshman seminar class. This over here is basically you meeting with your advisor, going and about what you want to do during your first semester, what you plan on majoring in, stuff like that. And then we have the writing class. There's only 2 writing classes, 101 and 102. Guys, just take AP Lang or AP Literature in high school. Trust me, you don't want to be taking 101, 102, and the extra class that they have us take, that you have to take, which is AIM. So yeah, if you didn't take AP Lang or AP Lit, then you're gonna be placed in 101, which I don't even know what they're doing, some grammar stuff. And then 102 is where you're actually writing essays, and you know it's annoying. And then AIM is just like AP Lit. This is the class that you're forced to take if you accept EOP. I don't even know what this workshops is about, to be honest. We got that history class again. Weekend programming. So weekend programming is when they set up activities for you guys to do. That's what they do in weekend programming. And not all of it, actually. I think as you get into like the 3rd week, it's just going to be used to like study. But like the first 2 weeks is going to be activities. It's going to be fun. You guys are going to be in the gym. They're going to split you guys up into like 3 groups. Who wants to do volleyball, soccer, basketball, stuff like that. That's what happens in the weekend programming. But yeah, every single day you're going in late, and you're not back into your dorms until this time. No matter what, it doesn't matter what day it is. It doesn't matter on the weekends or not. You're still not allowed back in your dorms until it is the time written right there, which is just awful. It's stupid. Here's a better picture in case you want like a full picture of the schedule. The 3 important people you want to know during your time are the RAs, the GA, and the TAs. So your RA is resident assistant. They're basically your supervisors, especially during that first week. They're tasked with making sure you guys get up on time, go inside of your suites on time, take you to your classes and to the locations that you guys have to know. Next, the GAs. GAs are the general assistants. They're basically the bosses of the RAs. If the RAs aren't doing their job, then they get fired. Alright, so next up on the TAs. The TAs are the teaching assistant. They're the people who tutor you in writing, math class, and in your science class. So you're gonna have 1 for writing, 1 for math, 2 for your science class. Since a lot of these people are actually from last year, my friends are gonna be your TAs, and all I could tell you guys is you might be screwed. But good luck.
No! God, please, no! No!
Roommates, you know, the people you're gonna be living with for an entire month. All I can say is my roommates were the best. I don't think there was a day we slept for real on time. If you're cool with your roommates, they're definitely gonna become like your main friends, which is awesome. And that's really one of the main benefits of the EOP summer. You're gonna meet a lot of people, and you're gonna make a lot of friends from this. The food, bro. The food in Stony Brook is so bad. It's atrocious, bro. I'm gonna make a whole separate video about this, but all I can tell you guys is to bring a lot of snacks and food that you like. If you're picky, you're fucked. Alright, laundry is straight hell over here. For us, niggas were staying up till 3 a.m. to wash clothes, but luckily they kind of organized it by which floor you were on. To be honest, this didn't help much.
Come on now, dawg.
All I can tell you guys is on laundry days, expect to stay up till 2 a.m. I'd recommend trying to get on your RA's good side, so they consider you first. Otherwise, you're screwed, bro. Nah, this has to be one of the most dumbest mailing systems I've ever seen. Basically, the mailing hours are only from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And when you get out of the door, you're not allowed back in until night. So you have to carry your heavy ass package with you the entire day. We did find a way to finesse this though. If you decide to wake up early, then you could pick it up and have someone hold the door for you to bring it back in. This triggered me so many times, bro, but hopefully, you know, y'all don't have to go through that. Alright, if you made it to the end of the video, I appreciate it so much. Make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below in case you have any questions. I'll make sure to respond to you. Peace.